you know that this is Severe Weather Awareness Week and that today is the statewide tornado exercise. So before we get into our actual forecast, let's just chat because as of 1 minute ago, the National Weather Services have issued a fake tornado watch. Okay, now, because it's fake and because it's a drill, we'll get to that in a couple of seconds' time. But I just want to say this to start us off by going over the forecast. It's beautiful. There is no actual tornado threat, but we're going to get into that in just a couple of minutes. All right, let's get through the real weather and then we can talk about all the drill stuff because today is a pretty important exercise, especially here in what is the big severe weather season for Central Florida. It's all drill and not of an actual threat. As a matter of fact, we look to our tower cam network and there is literally gorgeous conditions. Like, that is beautiful stuff. So let's raise our cup of coffee, open her up. Oh, and enjoy a lovely sip this morning. Blue sky, sunshine, nice, comfortable chill. Ooh, it's just gorgeous outside. I love this weather. That's, of course, downtown Orlando. Top two things you need to know about a great stretch of weather, even if it is the Severe Weather Awareness Week, and today is that tornado watch, tornado exercise day. Great stretch next couple of days, but there is a chill moving in this weekend. Holy cannoli. We're going to be going over those temperatures coming up in just a couple of minutes' time. But if the Tower Cam network doesn't have anything to see, certainly our first warning live Doppler radar will not have anything to see either. Here's a look at temperatures across Central Florida. 53 right now in Ocala. It's 57 degrees in Leesburg, 62 in Orlando, 58 degrees in Kissimmee. We're sitting at 55 New Smyrna Beach, 54 degrees in Titusville. So it is a lovely, lovely day. Oh, is it going to just stay lovely? Nice cool morning. Breeze out of the east-southeast running 5 to 10 miles an hour. We'll get to about 71 by 11 o'clock, 79 by 1 p.m., and 82 degrees by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it looks great. It feels great. It is great. It is great. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous forecast. Here's a look at high temperatures across Central Florida today. 82 in Orlando, 80 degrees in Leesburg, 70s for our beaches. Friends, look at those temperatures. 73 today in Palm Coast, 75 today in New Smyrna Beach, 77 Titusville and Melbourne. That is the stuff dreams are made of. Seriously. Lovely, lovely weather for us today. Next couple of days, by the way, still looking gorgeous. You know, we look to the next 3 days. The only kind of adjustment is that things are going to start to get a little warmer, right? 84 for your Thursday, 85 degrees for your Friday. What's going on here? What is this overall weather picture? All right, so first and foremost, click there, click there. First and foremost, high pressure in control, giving us this kind of nice warming air mass, but look to the left, look to that western sky. Showers and thunder showers generating up along this frontal boundary. That is working our direction. So over the next couple of days ahead of that front, as you would expect, our temperatures are going to be warming today into the 80s, looking ahead to tomorrow and even Friday into the 80s. Both days are going to be approaching records. All right, I don't think we're going to quite get to like real-time Orlando records. We could be in the ballpark for other areas, but tomorrow 84, Friday 85, and Friday's record is 87, so we're going to be in the ballpark, all right? So yeah, it's going to be a nice and toasty day. Friday, could we be talking about some records in some locations? It certainly is possible. It certainly is possible. Debbie, good morning. I walked the beach yesterday. Absolutely gorgeous day. No matter where in Central Florida you are, right? No matter where in Central Florida you are, the sun is shining. It is looking great in the neighborhood. Frank, good morning. Good morning to my Coffee Talk peeps. Indeed, indeed, indeed. It is lovely. If you're heading out and about, we've got the Seven Seas Food Festival running through May over at SeaWorld, Thursdays through Sundays. Now, it's not a thing today, but for tomorrow, for the next couple of days, we're going to be looking great, you know. By the way, Mardi Gras, you've got the Festival of the Arts at Epcot. Mardi Gras over at Universal Studios, we've got a Friday concert this week and a Saturday concert this week, right? Now, there will be a couple of showers around for Friday concert, but let's look at the Saturday concert, okay? Saturday, by the way, it's the Goo Goo Dolls. Like, love them. Look at that forecast. Yowza. That's going to get your attention. Yeah, so we know that we've got warm temperatures this week, but know that also there's a cliff we're going to drop off of. Friday we'll hit 85. That's going to put us into near record heat. Saturday, we're dropping into the 60s for highs. Yeah. It's going to get you. It's going to get your attention. Wendy says, good morning, sunshine. Perfect pickleball morning. I would agree. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Good morning to you. By the way, y'all, can I just share something? Can I just share? With all this sunshine, I hope you're finding times to get outside and enjoy. Because a lot of folks, you know, as I've been posting things on the Twitter world, a lot of folks have been talking about how, like, summer's right around the corner, and it's true. So, like, take this weekend, go do something, please. Please go find an opportunity, because Saturday, not great. It's going to be cloudy and it's going to be wet as that front kind of stalls over us and eventually kind of moves the moisture out. And we'll look at the future cast here in a little bit. But it's not going to be a great Saturday, but into the afternoon, things will look better. And then Sunday is looking stunning. So please find an opportunity to be outside and enjoy, because you're going to blink and miss it. Seriously. Summer is going to be here before you know it. So we've got to try. We've got to try to take that opportunity. Frank says it's a little tough when you work 6 days a week. Believe me, brother, I get it. Yesterday was my day off, and I was at Winter Springs Elementary until like 7:45, and then I had to take the lab back home. You know what's funny? So I work today. I'm in the office. Tomorrow I'm on Sunrise, so we get to hang out on Sunrise tomorrow. And then Friday I'm on Sunrise. So Thursday morning I do the morning show, and then I've got Lake Nona STEM night Thursday night, and then so I don't even I actually think I'm going to take the lab after Sunrise. I think I'm going to take the lab tomorrow, take it home, go do the STEM night, take the lab back home, and then drive the lab to work. Like, I think I'm going to keep my car at the station and just use the lab Thursday, because I'm not going to take the lab back to the station at 8:30 at night just to go back to work at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know? So, big brother, all I'm going to say is I'm right there with you. I get it. I'm still going to try and find opportunities, though. I'm still going to try and find opportunities to enjoy that sunshine, because the weather is just beautiful. Taylor, did you miss anything? No, we're just kind of talking about the weather. Get it? Taylor asks, they trust you to take the lab home? Listen, yesterday, let me show you my view yesterday from the house. If you looked out my front window, I took this picture just to be funny. If you looked out my front window in the neighborhood, this is from my office where I am now. This was the view yesterday. The lab was just like parked out front. Yeah. They did, at least as of now. Now, maybe they won't anymore, but at least as of now, they trust me. I don't know. Listen, I've been with the company 17 years. You'd think at some point that would earn a little bit of trust. I just got here. Please start over. That's cute. Frank, may all my Coffee Talk peeps have a beautiful day. Be someone's start today. Love it. Frank, I do get to see the sun a lot on my day off, driving across the state and back. Yeah. Taylor says, I'm sure they have trackers in there. Oh, they do. I mean, I take the tracking data from the lab and put it into the weather computer. There's absolutely trackers. Yeah, absolutely. Catherine says my HOA would have a stroke. Oh, my HOA would have a conniption fit too. I parked it there for a couple hours, and if my HOA wants to send me a violation, I'll show them where they can shove that violation. And yes, I'm going to park it there overnight, but it's not a constant thing. One night, I've lived in this neighborhood for 3.5 years now? I'm parking a lettered vehicle there. It's going to be parked here for less than 8 hours, right? Because if I get back home at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's going to be parked here for 6 hours, which will give me 5 hours of sleep. My HOA can, you know what. I already feel that way, though, and they haven't even sent me one. You will lose against your HOA. If it's parked there for less than 8 hours, I'd have to look. I know that there's a thing about not parking lettered vehicles, but if it's parked there for less than 8 hours, I could just say I'm doing a news story. What are they going to do? You're doing a news story at midnight? Maybe. Everybody on my HOA is going to be sending me violations now. Everybody on the board now I don't know if anybody on my board watches Coffee Talk, but there it is. Kelly, what are you sassy about? The HOA. I already am fighting them. That's a different story altogether. Just be cautious about using the lab strictly for work because you can be taxed as a benefit for private use. I'm just going to take... I don't think that that's going to happen, Kenneth. I'm literally going to go from one work event to another. I'm just going to take a nap. Anyway, all right. So today is another day of Severe Weather Awareness Week. Okay? A couple of things that are kind of interesting. So you may or may not know this, but I'm working on a story for the 98 tornadoes. And Dave Marsh... Let me just play an audio clip from that. This was the day after the tornado outbreak. Take a listen to this.
You speak of irony, or perhaps just bad timing. Every year the National Weather Service has a Severe Weather Awareness Week to make people aware of. Today was the first day.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
No.
Now you...
Okay. So the tornado outbreak happened in late February of 1998. And that was Severe Weather Awareness Week back then. Obviously, in the wake of that, it has been shifted. So the beginning of February is now Severe Weather Awareness Week. This is the Great Tornado Drill they call today. So let's talk a little bit about this, okay? I just want to make sure that most of you guys and gals should be pretty much aware of this. But I want to make sure you all know, what is a tornado watch? What is a tornado warning? And what is an emergency? Yeah, that's kind of a new term. So, as of 8 o'clock, the National Weather Service office around the state each worked together to issue a tornado watch in a drill, okay? Think of it like, and everybody's passed around the meme about tacos. Tornado watch. It means conditions are favorable for tornadoes to form. Okay? Think of it as you've got your kitchen all set. Like my house tonight, we're making tacos, right? That's actually true. So think of it like this. You've got all your supplies out. You're like, there's a pretty good chance I'm going to make some tacos tonight. That's a tornado watch. Same thing with a severe thunderstorm watch. You've got all your items out. You're pretty much going to make some tacos. Okay? I don't remember who started the meme. At this point, it's just like, I get it. But it serves its purpose, all right? So, tornado watch means we're watching out. All right? Means things are there. We've prepped the meal. Probably going to make some tacos. All right? A tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning. In the event of that, it means it's happening. In other words, we fired it up, we're making tacos. Or the atmosphere is, we think, yielding. So think of it like this. A watch is like you're keeping watch. A warning is, get your tush inside. We are warning you. Okay, now a tornado warning can be either spotted on radar, which is the way most of the time it is. With Doppler radar technology, we have the ability to know that there is rotation in the atmosphere. On the left, you can see a hook echo. I could pull up on my phone through my research of the 98 tornado outbreak. I can show you this was one of the hook echoes from 98. Okay? A hook echo and a velocity signature showing rotation. Tornado warning. It's either spotted on radar or somebody has seen a tornado confirmed. All right? Most of the time, that's what we get in Florida. A tornado watch, tornado warning. And on this Severe Weather Awareness Week, on this day, we've already been placed under a fake tornado watch. And I believe it's at 10 a.m. we have the fake tornado warning. Now, there's a new one that started not long ago called a tornado emergency. That means there is a significant tornado and it's heading toward a significant population center. We've never had a tornado emergency in our area. We have, though, during Ian, had a flash flood emergency issued. And to me, that was the moment where I was like, oh, crud, this is the real deal. And that's the purpose. When an emergency is issued, that should be the oh, crud moment, right? Kellyanne and I were tracking the flash flooding, and we knew it was bad. But when the National Weather Service office called it a flash flood emergency, that was the oh crud, things are happening. Right? Tornado emergency is no different. And when you see a tornado emergency, that means that there is more than likely a confirmed tornado, debris, damage, and it's heading for more people. All right? Now, if I'm on the air, if Tony's on the air, if Kellyanne's, we'll call it the tornado emergency. We're not going to act like oh crud, but I could tell you that's what we're thinking. That's what you should be thinking is, oh crud, this is the real deal. All right? That's where we're at. Annie says, I made tacos yesterday. There's a reason that I'm making tacos today. All in on this drill. All right, so that all said, what do you do in these situations? Well, in a tornado watch, in a severe thunderstorm watch, you really shouldn't change much of your day, okay? And I know I'm speaking and I'm preaching to the choir here because we're all pretty much weather nerds here. We should pretty much know what to do. But let's just do our due diligence, right? All right, tornado watch, severe thunderstorm watch, flash flood watch. Just know that things could get real. And you'll always hear me say, you'll hear Tony say, like, stay dialed in, stay weather aware. I may even tell you to turn your notifications on my Twitter account because I'm constantly feeding out data, particularly in bad weather days. Okay? And particularly in bad weather days, I'm going to be sending out information a lot. All right? Tornado warning. If you're in the area of the tornado warned cell, that means you probably need to be thinking about safe rooms. Now, how do we know about tornadoes? Like, this is a good example. This was a tornado that touched down in Volusia County. I don't remember when, but you can see red next to green. That's an example of a cell that was tornado warned. I want to say it was like a year and a half ago. But that's what a tornado looks like on Doppler radar. Bright red and bright green. That's winds going in different directions. That's rotation. That's off the National Weather Service radar. This is off of our radar, the WESH radar. Yeah, that's more of a broad rotation there. That's more of a tightened circulation. You can see the pixels are right up against each other, whereas here, the pixels are a little further apart. Yeah, that's the WESH radar there. And I believe we actually have the video. Yeah. That I was on the air with Amy on this one. Yep, but that's our radar, and that's the tornado itself. All right, so that's what it looks like on Doppler radar with red next to green like that. All right? So what do you do if you find yourself in a situation where there's a tornado, right? What do you do? Safe room. What is your safe room? We don't know this. In Florida, you don't have a basement. So what do, right? So your safe room essentially is as far away as you can get from doors and windows, the innermost room in your home. Could be a powder room, could be a closet, understairs, like my house, understairs closet would be the safest room. But you want to use your house as protection and get as far inside as you can, okay? In Florida, we don't have basements. But know that in Florida, we can get devastating tornadoes. 2007, over 20 people lost their lives. In 1998, over 40 people lost their lives in tornadoes from F3 and EF3 tornadoes. All right? So just know that. Yeah. Your weather alerts more than likely will go off today. Around 10 a.m., I believe the tornado warning is happening. And then at 10:30, I believe it will be canceled. All right? So that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of where we're at. Think of it like this, though. When you're talking about safety in a tornado, mobile homes are not safe. Manufactured homes, tiny homes, underpasses, they're not safe. Large open rooms with a ton of windows, not a safe place. What you're really looking for is using all the exterior walls in your house. Like my office, I have a window right here. This is not my safe room. All right? Jody, so glad you're on here saying that this is a practice because who knows? Warnings go off. Some people are not going to know and will react accordingly. Well, and what we don't want is people reacting in a situation where they ignore the real thing. Like there's no stormy weather outside right now. Linda says, my house is all windows. Bathroom is it. Perfect. That's fine. And another thing too, if you've got windows in every room, the bathtub isn't a bad idea. Something like that. Just think about how you can place as much space between you and the outside. And that's the overall idea, right? That's the overall idea. All right, so that's kind of the overall thing for today. It is Severe Weather Awareness Week. The anniversary of the 98 tornadoes is coming up, which is just trippy for me. It really is. It really is a wild thing. It really is a wild thing. 25 years since. And so I've been doing a lot of work on trying to get information so that I can put together a really good story. That's my goal, is to put together a really good story. And one of my things that we did the last couple of days, let me just share this with you. Total like wild thing. We went and watched Old West footage, okay? We went and watched Old West footage and saw people that we interviewed. And while watching, they've got the little name bar, and it's like, John Smith, tornado survivor. Jane Smith, tornado survivor, whatever it is. So my assignment editor, this is the craziest thing. This technology never ceases to amaze me. So my assignment editor at the desk said, get me a list of names and I'll look them up. And we've got a computer system that we use to get interviews, yada, yada. Oh my goodness, yeah. So anyway, he looked them up and I got a list of phone numbers. Wow. Yeah, I got a list of phone numbers. Isn't that something? I've got a list of phone numbers. Give me 2 seconds. It just occurred to me. Let me show you the 7-day forecast. I need to run and I just need to run and check something real fast. Hold on 1 second. Sitting there going through my list of things I'm working on today, and I'm like, oh my God, my protein shake, I left it in the freezer. Sorry. So yeah, on my list of things to do today, it's going to be to call as many people as I've got phone numbers for that we interviewed back in '98, to see if they'd chat. It's been 25 years since that event. And yeah, so kind of an interesting situation there. And what's also interesting is, it's been 25 years, so some of those folks that we have talked to have since passed away. So, there's a few of those, and yeah, so it'll be interesting. So that's on my list of things. Annette, question: why wouldn't Florida have basements with all the hurricanes and tornadoes? The water table is just too high here. Yeah, so you dig, and there's water. You can't do that. Still alive. Wow. Yeah, I will say probably half the people that we interviewed, at least the names that I've gotten, probably half the people have passed away. And they were older. They were older in '98, so yeah. Aaron says the '98 tornado anniversary is coming up and can't believe we're just weeks away from the 23 LRC. Yeah. Listen, Aaron, we're 3 weeks away from the hurricane season coming out, hurricane season forecast coming out. As of today, we are 3 weeks out. Yep. 3 weeks away from that. I was texting Jeremy last night, texting him this morning. He has yet to write me back. But we are 3 weeks away. No, Chris, no April calendar yet. I'm working on the hurricane season forecast. We'll get the April calendar eventually. Rosebud said basements would be indoor swimming pools. It's true. It's true, yeah. What does the LRC stand for? It's the Lezak Recurring Cycle. Yeah. Rose, coverage during the pandemic was great. As you and Amy spoke to the kids you realized might be home alone and hearing you. Wow, Rose, you were watching that moment. I remember it. Yeah, that was the first tornado event during the pandemic. I remember we were all not supposed to work close together, and I remember so clearly, Amy and I looking at each other saying, she looked at me and she's like, "Do you think you have COVID?" I said, "No." "Do you think you have COVID?" She said, "No." And then we worked together. It was like right at the beginning, and we were very, very close together. How funny, Rose. Yeah, that. And I remember we each had to call somebody. Amy called her family, and because it was moving right toward. Wow, great memory. Wow, great memory. Taylor, Eric, so others on the other platforms hear the info. If you have an infant, strap them into their car seats in your safe spot. Should the worst happen, they can be protected. That's one way to do it. Yeah. You're just trying to be safe. That's all. Yeah. Glad that there is no severe weather today, but if you've got a weather radio, know that today is the tornado day. Okay? Today, going to have all the alarms bells going off. Yep. All right. That's what I got for you, people. I'm not on TV today, but I will be back at 3:30 for the afternoon coffee talk. And then we're hanging out for sunrise, baby, which I have to figure out because I'm supposed to do Kyle Gravelin on Coffee Talk on Friday. But if I'm at the station, maybe I may have to pre-record his part. Brian, I could give you a retired first responder first in perspective for the 98 tornadoes. Yeah, Brian, let's chat. Could you shoot me an email? eburris@hearst.com. I have your card upstairs, but I know you're not there anymore. So shoot me an email if you don't mind. All right? All right. Anyway, one last eyeball of the 7-day forecast. All right? We've got a few showers Friday, a sprinkle or two on Thursday. Saturday, folks, does not look to be the most beautiful day. It's going to be chilly. It's going to be wet. Gross. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. All right? All right. We'll chat more. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Bye, y'all.